Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla.
Hello, hello. This is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. I am so happy to be in the presence of all of my people today. How is everybody doing? All right, so I am back at it again with part two. I'm about to, talk again about this Katt Williams thing now because I got a notification on my phone last night right before I was getting ready to go to sleep from Mr. O'Shea Juke Jackson. Shout out to O'Shea. O'Shea had a really good breaking news. Breaking news. So, according to O'Shea, Katt Williams ex reached out to him and wanted to tell her side of the story. But unfortunately, O'Shea decided that he would take the road of the bro code, if you will. And he said, no, he will not allow a Black woman to go onto his platform and disparage another Black man. So he decided to stand on bro code, and he decided that he would decline her offer, to allow him to interview her. So, it looks like there's a little something, something that, Katt Williams ex might want to share with everybody. There's a little something, something that she might want to share. All right, I see my co-host has made it in today. My co-host for the day is Mr. Spade Parkland. What's up, Mr. Spade Parkland? Let me go ahead and give you your respect. Welcome, welcome.
Too kind.
So what do you think about this? Katt Williams' ex, Miss Hazel E, that's her name, would like to, tell her side of the story. It looks like she has some truth telling that she would like to do of her own. And Mr. O'Shea Duke Jackson said, nope, bro code. We can't
Hey,
let a Black woman disparage a Black man on my platform. But what do you think about this?
well, it's supposed to be the season of truth, so I don't see why Hazel can't come tell her truth. And as far as O'Shea not wanting her to disparage a Black man, I mean, that means he must know that what she has to say is negative and it must be the truth. And I think it's kind of hypocritical for it be the season of truth and we don't want the truth to be told.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hypocritical as well. We were sitting up here and we're all too happy to hear Katt Williams' truth. If it is the truth, I mean, we have not even established yet if this is the truth. All I heard him do was just go on to Shannon's platform and he said, okay, there was going to be some truth telling, which, he kind of set it up, to be, well, okay, no, he didn't say that. He said to Shannon that Shannon provided a safe space for the truth to be told. And so with him saying that, he just automatically set the stage for it to seem as if that's what he was there to do, nothing but tell the truth. But this is still a mere man, who, it might be the truth according to Katt Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him bring any receipts up. Maybe the receipts are going to come later, But Miss Hazel E, says that Katt Williams essayed her and he was quite abusive. This is what, she's alleging. And she wanted to tell her side of the story. And, it just seems like, hey, let Miss Hazel rock. Why can't Miss Hazel say her, what she experienced in that situation. What's up, Mr. BMT, Business Minded Talk in the house? Thank you so much for being a channel member. The Renegade is in the house. He says, I'm an O'Shea sub, and I couldn't agree with him on that video. I also adore O'Shea. I adore Spade Parkland. I adore so many men on this platform. But I, too, could not agree with O'Shea. So, Renegade, you are not alone. I could not really uphold my brother O'Shea with that, because I feel if you are going to be a person with a platform and you do interviews, it taints your platform when you're biased. I believe that it really taints your platform. So now, anybody going to O'Shea's platform to do an interview, I know that that's a controlled environment where it's bias. And so, it's not going to be a place, where it's neutral. So I don't think that, I really don't think that was a good move on O'Shea's part. Somebody's going to pick up this interview, so why not let it be you? Why not get those views and get the other half of the story? Because there's more sides to this story than just what Katt Williams says. Katt Williams, and this is the thing, and say, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Katt Williams is being treated like a messiah out here in the Black YouTube streets. He's being treated like a messiah all over social media, and all he did was get on that couch and gossip and basically, he just gossiped. Am I right or wrong? Am I missing something?
No, you're not. And see, Tasha K, she already got the interview last year from Hazel. And this was around November of last year, where Hazel came on Tasha K's platform and was like, Katt Williams, I don't know a family friendly way of saying this, but she said that Katt Williams basically choked the chicken. And this was November 2023. So the story is already out there, and I think allegedly O'Shea knows that the story is out there, and because Katt Williams hasn't defended himself, and Hazel said that Katt bought her a BBL and threw her some cash for her to not talk, but she ended up talking to Tasha because everybody wanted to talk to Tasha K, and she says that, quote, he did choke me out once, and he had a whole legal thing. It was at New Year's at Soho House, and that moment got corrected and rectified through attorneys. She says that he got me a lot of gifts. He bought her a booty, a BBL, a Porsche. This is all alleged, and according to Media Takeout and according to the interview that she did with Tasha K, he bought her a Porsche, a $65K cash gift, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So with it being the season of truth, I think it would be in O'Shea's best interest to interview her and give her pushback so that it would help out Katt Williams, because it seems that O'Shea not wanting to take her interview is more of trying to protect the image of Black men, which that's what O'Shea's thing is, especially with him being Black manosphere. I don't think he really wants the truth. I think he wants a half truth, and he wants to protect the image of Black men. And Hazel coming on there, Hazel, she's quote unquote preference. She's supposed to be what everybody prefers. And we've seen recently when it comes to social media, these preferences are acting a fool. So with her being preference and Katt Williams tricking off, it's not a good look for him, for Hazel to speak, and O'Shea is a part of the problem.
Correct. Now, I want you guys to, meet or get to know who Katt Williams' ex, Ms. Hazel E, is. So I found a clip, and it came directly from the interview that Katt Williams did with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. And Katt Williams himself says he loves him some toxic women. He loves toxic women. So I want you guys to watch this clip. Here's Club Shay Shay. And, let's hear from the horse's mouth. Katt Williams on toxic women.
And so that's how I did it.
How do you avoid toxic women? Give me. I mean, because obviously, you like women.
I do, and I probably like toxic ones more than anybody. That's because
I asked you this.
Hold on, because toxic women are exciting, and that's just a fact. Part of toxicity is exciting.
So you heard it out the horse's mouth. Toxic women are exciting. So these are the type of women that Katt Williams admits that he goes after. Let him continue.
I'd rather skydive with her. But if you have toxic women, just understand that all monsters are feeding off of something. And if you find out what this toxic woman is feeding off of, you can just begin to turn off her feeding points. And it drives a toxic person crazy, and they'll get away from you. So whatever, if she's truly toxic, there are certain things that she's doing that help fuel her toxicity. You're not noticing it, but it's what it is. Why do you think she watches murder mysteries before she goes to sleep? Why is it always a crime drama playing? And turn it off. Turn it to cartoons. Make it. No, you don't get to. What's she listening to? You gotta be listening to Sexy Red. You're broke. Toxic people are trying to get things. They're not being toxic for no reason. They're gaining something out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something. As soon as you find that out, you'll be able to cut off what they're getting, and they will leave.
Boom. And that's it in a nutshell. So what do you think about that, Spade?
Well, it's just like with Katt and Hazel having their issue. So Hazel ended up leaving Katt Williams alone for like a 19-year-old who was just as toxic as Hazel. So Katt Williams likes a toxic chick as long as she likes him back. And so Hazel was a wild horse that he couldn't tame for that long. And that's the reason why she went to the red carpets during her Love of Hip Hop time. She went on the red carpets with a 19-year-old, and Katt Williams was saying that the 19-year-old was a full-fledged unaliver. He's rough. He's this. And he also painted her out to be an atheist. Well, she was like that when he got with her. But the problem is that once that toxicity got too much for him and he couldn't control her with money and resources, that's when he suffered the same fate like he did when that 7th grader choked him out.
I showed the video when that 7th grader put him in the chokehold. That was some funny shit.
Yeah, it was. It was.
That was fun.
And see, Katt Williams, he bit off more than he could chew, because he's a little dude. I think he's like 5'6". He's like 110 pounds or something. Despite him doing 100 alleged push-ups, he's a little guy. And so he's getting with women and want women around him because he feels like he can control them with resources, especially if these women come from like poor backgrounds, the hood, the ghetto, and all that. But once the women see what he's about and they no longer want to play around with his resources and they want to get it on their own, such as going on Love and Hip Hop, like Hazel did, and other avenues that women are getting money, like the OF and whatever. They no longer respect Katt Williams because he's leading with his wallet, and his wallet can only take you so far when it comes to his attitude, his narcissism, his jokes, and all that. How can you respect a guy that's talking crap to you, and when you both are standing up, you having to look down and he's looking up?
Well, I want to get back to Hazel E because a lot of people don't really know too much about her. Some people may not have watched Love and Hip Hop. So
Mhm.
without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce her with a clip of her on Love and Hip Hop, so you can see this toxic woman that Katt Williams chose. So without further ado, let me go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage for you guys. Hold on a second.
Celebrate the unveiling of our billboard for Ace of Diamonds. I'm here to introduce to you the face of Ace. I came here to support the owner of Ace of Diamonds, who's unveiling the billboard of his new club in Vegas. My parents own the property that the building sits on, so I thought I would show my pretty face. But the face, or rather the naked, flat ass I'm looking at, belongs to that hoe, Masika. Bitch, is that Masika? Not only that, I was there when that rat took the pictures, and she never said a thing. If this bitch thinks I'm gonna let her face grace the entry of my family's property, then she must not know me at all. It's Masika Kalisha. Clap, clap, clap. So I'm glad I stayed around and have a cocktail at.
Okay, so this is Hazel E, the ex of Katt Williams. I'll go ahead and continue.
The bar. I got to see all these fraud fake ass hoes in the same room. I ain't even seen Tiara since I moved out the apartment, and the fact that she's kicking it with Masika now, it's like these bitches deserve each other.
Pop champagne! So I'm gazing through the crowd, and whose face do I see other than that plastic Cabbage Patch Nicki Minono looking bitch? Kind of glad that you're here though, so I can see the look on your face when you find out that my face is plastered all over mommy and daddy's building. Oh, pick your face up off the floor, sweetie.
I see Hazel standing over there in all of her fraudness, and to be honest, I don't have 2 words to say to her. Besides, I'm here with Nikki, and this reunion between Molly's 2 girls should be way more interesting than anything that Hazel E's crater-faced ass has to say.
Well, hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You look absolutely gorgeous.
That was a surprise, bitch.
Thank you for coming. Hello.
So you guys had a little trick up your sleeve. When I walked in your photo shoot, you were doing it for my club? That's my club. It's on the list.
Your parents are the
I can get you off the billboard,
You can't,
too.
no, you can't.
You don't understand I'm the
Here's
boss.
the thing. You're not the boss.
I work for the club.
You work daddy's credit card.
Well. It looks like the backstabber Masika got more problems than just me. If they were here, they'll be the boss.
Oh, well,
I'm the
isn't
boss.
it Miss Boomerang? I just threw her out and she came back.
First of all, pause. You know I can't pass up an opportunity to go and mix things up.
What up, TT? Haven't seen you since the move out. And what's crazy is like word on the streets. It's some crazy word out here calling you his boo. And I'm like, damn, like we might have had our issues, but I never thought we would like go behind each other on a
Well, first of all, I'm not Burke's boo.
Oh,
So
I was like, TT could no way be doing that. Well, no, you actually said that's what Tiara is known for, so she could be doing it, but I hope she wouldn't.
Actually, why don't you see your way out this conversation? Because I don't really see what this.
Well, why did you see
I
your way
don't
back in
see
the club
what
after I told
me
you
and
to leave?
Tiara have anything to do with you. Hold up, wait a minute. I want to know what the you've been saying to this bitch about me.
Right, because you're a bum bitch. You everything in these streets. You're a sex addict. You're known to everybody's man.
Wait.
You're an alcoholic. You're a drunk bitch. You need rehab, and a whole bunch of stuff. And
Really?
A whole bunch of stuff. That's just the story.
She's making half that up.
Which half?
You know what? It's one thing to hear all the trash talking that Hazel did to Berg. They were in an argument and she let loose. I get that. But for this motherfucking bitch to run to Masika and Kiki about my news, that's crossing the line. I don't even know Masika. This is a person that I've lived with and I considered a fucking friend. Bitch, you must have lost your complete mind. You're making yourself look like a fool. I'm not f***ing Berg. I don't want to f*** Berg. What more do you want to hear?
I believe in the code. You know rule number
But
one.
if you believe
you
in
was
the
on the
code,
girl
you
move.
would've told me when you was
Actually,
on the
rule.
code.
Actually, that's not. If you would have never turned up on me in the house, I would have had no reason to move
So
out.
don't talk about a code right now because if you want to
Then
take
number
it back
one,
to me moving out the house, then you're taking it back to say, Tiara, we don't with each other no more.
So you're not his boo.
I'm not his
The
boo.
problem is Berg. You're mad about it. She don't want. I don't want, and don't want you.
Shut the up,
Then you watch your f***ing mouth.
I had your back in the Ray J situation, T. You said he was frauding you out. You said you didn't.
He is frauding me out.
And Bert frauding me out too. So why don't you understand that? Why do I get to have your back and you don't have mine? Straight up.
Stop.
Straight up, T. Why did
What
you
the
do it?
f- more do you want to hear?
Why did you do it?
Because I like the record.
And that's you. Good luck.
So all my fraud ass fake ex-friends want to join together against me? I don't need none of y'all hoes in my life. I'm out. To who? Good luck.
Oh God, seriously, where's the damn security?
Watching Berg's harem explode was fun. I didn't even get to say everything I wanted to say to that whole Masika, but I think Hazel was everything she could handle for one night. Never fear though, I'll have my moment.
Raggedy ass in this mother.
All right, so that's y'all introduction to Miss Hazel. So, what y'all think? What do you all think?
Yeah, she's trash. She's trash. And Jess Hilarious was saying that she was trash. Even the dude that she was messing with, that she allegedly either cheated on or left Katt Williams for, was saying that she's trash. And so, dude, and then also Waka Flocka was like he wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole, and that she's a pass around. So when you got a bunch of people who are saying that you're trash, you're garbage, and then you're acting garbage and trash on the show, this is exactly what Katt Williams would want. Somebody who has low standards, who's less than, who could be controlled by money. It's just that she was more toxic than he anticipated. And then when he couldn't control Frankenstein anymore, he had to, basically part ways.
Well, actually, word on the street was that she took herself off the bench.
Right. I mean, yeah, they parted ways. And it's the Rose Burgundy dude is the one that she was on the red carpet with after Katt Williams, and with him just looking like a little kid, but also looking like more, let's just say, street or whatever. The Rose Burgundy guy was living the life that Katt Williams claimed to have lived. Because if Katt Williams really was the pimp that he laid himself out to be, the street dude and all that, he wouldn't be having problems with a woman like Hazel. Hazel would, believe it or not, she would submit to someone who's more like a street dude. But the problem is that Katt is not what he appears to be. And he couldn't handle that horse. And when the horse started bucking back, I mean, he had to be let go.
Shout out to AP from the Bronx. She says a lot of men like toxic women. They are finally admitting it now. Exactly, sis. Exactly. And this is exactly what Katt Williams signed up for. So now Frankenstein is is out of the lab. And she wants to tell her side of the story. And she hit up O'Shea and she said, "Hey, O'Shea, I got some stories to tell about Katt Williams. If you're interested, I can sit down with you and I can give you the exclusive." And O'Shea said, nah, bro code.
Yeah, she'll probably end up going back to Tasha K and doing a follow-up interview with more information. But she's a nuclear bomb. And when dudes want toxic women, when they want women who are fun and exciting because they're toxic and messy, she's going to end up becoming toxic and messy. So it's just like with a woman wanting the bad boy. As long as she could put the collar and the leash on him and direct him where he goes. It's the same thing with men that like toxic women. As long as he could have her on the collar or have her on the leash and direct her where she goes, tell her what to do, and she don't turn on him, it's all good. But with a toxic woman, eventually she's going to want something that you either can't give or don't want to give, and that's when she goes crazy. Because with Hazel, she was saying that Katt didn't give her the money that she felt like she should get, and that's why she turned on him, and he couldn't handle her. And so the dude that she ended up getting with after Katt Williams, dude name is I forgot dude's name. Yeah, Rose Burgundy. Katt Williams was saying that dude is basically like Lil Yummy but older, and he was really about that life. Now, of course, Rose Burgundy turned on Hazel E later on, but that's the thing. Like these guys, they want a toxic woman because they have low standards, they have low requirements, They're easy to manipulate because most of them are chasing the bag. It's just that once you can't continue to give what you promised, or let's just say you come to them and you're like on some jealous stuff because you see them flirting with somebody else or whatever, that's when the dog turns on the person that was feeding them, and you'll see this public fallout.
Absolutely. Now, I will say this: I did not see the Tasha K interview. I was looking for that, but I did see her on Vlad, and I believe this was about 3 years ago, and she was talking about what it was like being part of a Katt Williams team. So I'd like to go ahead and share some of that interview with you guys. One moment. And fair use.
Can you tell me how you and Katt met?
It was a mutual acquaintance. He had watched me on TV. I met him in like episode 6 of when the show was airing. And I had met him like years ago, but it wasn't like a pleasant encounter. So I really wasn't looking forward to meeting him. But I had spoken to him on the phone and he finessed me a little bit. And I met up with him at the London hotel. He had got like a magical suite. If you know Katt, he's literally lives like a king, acts like a king. His lifestyle is super lavish. So you feel instantly like a queen. And I met him and we vibed and I just never left his side. And it literally was like here, there, moving into a house. Next thing you know, we're on the road together. It was like I didn't get off the train. I just kept going and I didn't care about anything at the time but him. So I was with it. Mm-hmm.
How was it dealing with his like antics? Were you afraid of that side or did you see anything different?
Yeah, the first year, okay, let's say the first 15 months, I saw like the sweetest, nicest, funniest, chill, laid back guy. There was no turn up. It was work and be happy. Like I had seen antics in the media and press, and that's kind of what I knew about Katt. Like Katt knows, and I could say it is like I was never an OD Katt Williams fan. Like I was a lightweight fan. Like that's a running joke between us because I paid attention more to his media antics than him. And that was what was making it hesitant for me to link up with him. But when I did, it was just this whole other laid back Christian man. Wake up, read the Bible, make sure you have breakfast served in bed, make sure anything your heart wants.
Okay, so I want to also point out this is her before she got all the plastic surgery. And I want to also point out that Katt Williams, when he would get angry with her and, go off on her, he would call her Toucan Sam. And, just looking at this still frame, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see Toucan. What about you, Ace?
Well, see, that's the thing. Okay. He called her light skinned and ugly and all this and that when she didn't want to live like the Bible days. So I can see it too, but Katt saw it when he first got with her because plastic surgery can only do so much. So the issue is that he wanted to take a woman that's toxic, wild, fun, if you will, and he wanted to juxtapose a whole different lifestyle to her, which was like being submissive, cooking and cleaning and all that. And when she's like, well, no, you met me toxic. I want to be toxic. Don't try to change me. And that's when they had odds and bumped heads. And now all of a sudden she's Toucan Sam. She's light skinned. She's ugly. She don't believe in God. She's all these horrible things. But she was like that when you met her.
Isn't she the light skinned, funny face woman that he claims Hollywood gives to all these guys so that they can, do their bidding?
Exactly. She is. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to point it out. I mean, there go your light skinned, funny faced woman, Katt Williams.
Right. And so now she's demonic and she's satanic because she doesn't want to submit. She doesn't want to live like the Bible days. And that's the problem is dudes will meet these wild horses. They've been wild all their life. They like that they're wild. They like that they're toxic. They're fun. But then they want to put a saddle on them and want to tame them. and they end up getting bucked back, and all of a sudden they're dragging her for the same thing that she had when he met her. I say hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy, exactly. You know, hey, if she looked like Toucan Sand, then you must like those funny looking birds then, because you was sure with her.
Exactly.
But anyway, let me go ahead and continue playing.
You get, and it was just that. And then out of the 15th months, the last month, which would have made it the 16th month, I seen the cat that is currently on a new level, and he is out in the streets and he is getting it. And that cat is very brand new to me.
How did you feel when people were calling you a gold digger on social media? Because he got you a house, a car, and whatever you really needed.
I felt nothing. I just felt like them bitches were jealous, and they wish they could have $20,000 rollies and Cartier and 4 carats, you know, bigger than most chicks' wedding rings in their ears. So I pay them bitches dust. And any hater who says that, if a rich nigga wants you, I bet you'll go for it too. So, hey.
So basically, Katt Williams spent $100,000 on her within the first year of their relationship. Can we say love bombing? That sounds like a lot like love bombing to me. What do you think?
I think she's transactional in nature, because everybody that she's gotten with before Katt Williams and after him, it's been somewhat transactional. Like, she just finalized the divorce between herself and Devin Waller, and everybody's saying the same thing, that they're calling her a gold digger. But really, it's that they got with someone who was a love and hip hop streetwalker. She's like, here's what I need from you to be down. And they gave those things. They completed the transaction, but then they wanted more from her. They basically wanted her to be someone and something that she's not. And that's when the snake ended up biting the snake handler.
I can agree with that. I can definitely.
No, that's what happened. Because I mean, everywhere that you look,
it is, I can't get mad at her. Like this comment right here from AP from the Bronx says, a house, a car, hoes be winning. It looks like the hoes are winning.
Well, no, if they're winning, then it wouldn't be all this drama. It wouldn't be all this friction. So the thing is it's not that the hoes are winning. It's just that men are losing so bad it makes them appear to be getting wins. But these are losers for men. All of the black men that are involved with the Hazels of the world, they believe they can control these women because the women have low expectations. But you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. So Hazel is not changing. It's these men thinking they can change her. So it basically, this is just a loss for men. And we have to go and view these women as is, not, well, she has the potential to be this other thing. As long as I keep feeding the beast, she should be fed and she shouldn't do the things that I've seen her do. And that's not the case. That these women, like the Hazels of the world, they show you who they are, and they also show you who they're not. And people got to believe them when they tell them and show them.
Okay. Well, let's let Hazel continue to tell her story.
To each his own.
How did it feel from going to be treated like a queen to Katt saying that you were a team player and you had to bench yourself?
I mean, it hurt a little bit, but not really, because like you said, I benched myself. You didn't take a time out from me. I took a time out from you. So he's really telling the truth. And team player, yeah, there's a team of people around, and he does have a team of women who are his employees. And as a queen should, I don't carry my own bags. That's what they're for. Like, these are the things that you taught me to be in being with a king. So if that's what the team is, okay, I'm all for it. As why should I have to cook and make the bed and stuff when you have people here that are supposed to do it? So hey, rah rah sis boom bye, let's be teammates here. We all got to play a part in keeping the king happy. So I'm with it. And
damn, so she said rah rah sis boom bye, we all got to play a part in keeping the king happy, and she said she was with it. Wow.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, it sounds transactional to me too.
right. And so what Katt Williams was wanting was her to be toxic in the street and be his queen under him in private. Whereas she's like, well, nah, you have been treating me like a queen. I'm gonna be a queen. And that's the thing. That's the thing about kings and queens. See, there's two types of queens. There's the queen that rules and the queen that does not. Katt Williams wanted, and most dudes who get with a toxic woman, they basically want a queen that is not ruling and is just an ornament. It's just there for show. Whereas she's like, to me, a queen is someone who rules. Well, what happens when you got a king and queen who are ruling? They're going to bump heads because both of them can't be the head ninja in charge. And that's what the issue is.
But the thing about it is, I think that she was causing friction between him and the other women that he had on the roster, though. Because it sounds to me like what she was saying is, okay, if I'm the queen, then the rest of these bitches is under me. So if you hire this bitch to come in and cook and suck your dick, then I'm gonna tell that bitch to cook, and I shouldn't have to. If you hire this bitch to clean the house and suck your dick, then that's what she's supposed to do, and I shouldn't have to do no cleaning in the house. So that's basically what I'm hearing. Like, she's basically saying, hey, you know, we all here to make you happy, but if you have them to do this certain thing on top of, you know, the other thing that you want them to do, then I shouldn't have to do nothing extra if you got these bitches around, and I'm gonna be okay with having them around. And see, I think the other women didn't like the fact that she was around calling shots, and that was causing friction in his happy, you know, home, so to speak. And, you know, and correct me, you know, if I'm wrong, but this is the vibe and the feeling that I'm getting from this.
That is true. And what also is that, so Katt Williams, let's say, hired a woman to be his personal assistant, and she's okay with that. But when Hazel came on the scene, she's like, okay, if she's your personal assistant, she should be mine too. Well, the personal assistant is like, okay, for me to be the personal assistant for two people, you got to pay me more money. And Katt Williams didn't want to pay more money. He hired his staff to do a job, and he didn't want to give them more pay for the more responsibilities that Hazel was trying to slip on them. And that's where the friction came, because I'm pretty sure Katt Williams probably had no problem with giving Hazel her own staff or sharing the staff with her. But his thing was, okay, I'm buying you stuff, taking you shopping, I'm supplementing your income. You are an employee just like these other employees. Whereas Hazel's like, I don't see it like that. And that's where the button heads came in. Hazel's like, I'm not an employee, I'm a queen equal to you. And he's like, no, you're a queen, but you're a worker just like these other people. You can't be bossing them around. And that's the thing with dudes dealing with toxic women. When you first get with them and they lay out what they need from you and you lay out what you want, in the future, you kind of have to revisit it and be like, these new things have happened. Here's the new stuff that we're going to add to our dynamics. And the toxic women who are toxic are going to be like, no, when you brought me on, here's my job description. This is all I'm going to do. Plus, the people you hire, they work for me too. And that's where they couldn't see eye to eye.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and continue to play.
And that's just also a man who's, you know, I just take it as he's in his feelings a little bit. I mean, thank you enough, because you're a super legend, to want to speak on me and our situation at all, and add me in your shows and jokes. We know what it was. I was just with you at court the week before, as we going in the courthouse. I bailed you out of jail in Atlanta. I was in the depositions with you. Come on, we know it wasn't nothing but that. In his whole career, when has you ever seen him bring anybody out on stage and claim it like that for as long as he did? Never. So why do we even pay it any mind? It's just Katt being Katt.
You brought up the whole deposition and bailing him out. What was going through your mind when the home was raided?
Yeah, that was probably the scariest moment in my life, due to the fact that we were already on this roller coaster ride of craziness. You know, the pool supply store had already happened. The girls, we had already been on this. So that morning in the raid, when I heard those people coming in, I originally thought, because Katt's knocked out sleep. So I'm like, do you not hear this? I'm literally thinking somebody's coming in, like they're fighting with his security and they're going to kill us. You know, that was my first thought. And then when 30 guys come in, hands up, with lasers and guns in your face, and you're trying to get on the floor. And I think I had a t-shirt on that night, so I didn't even have anything, and your ass is out and you're raided and you're just handcuffed. It was literally like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? And you're just handcuffed. Like, all your rights are stripped of you. Everything. I was begging for a pair of shorts just to put on, like, to cover myself with. Like, it was so many. It was SWAT, FBI, helicopters, ambulances. It literally was horrible. But the part that is the truth is, I was a little bit relieved because I felt like the roller coaster might have been over. So it was stuff every day that was happening every day that I won't go into, and that's due to, you know, this is a real situation, so everybody's watching. And I just kind of felt like, okay, maybe it's just gonna calm.
After that incident, was there any way Katt tried to make up for it just to win you back?
I don't know. The situation is so recent. It's not even 2 weeks old, barely. So
Now, once again, this is 3 years ago. So she's talking about how what she was going through during that time.
I still need time to process everything that had just happened in the whole 30, 45 days before that. So right now there is no communication. I don't even think legally we can communicate at this point in time. And he's still finishing the tour. So with that being said, I think that I should be allowed to gather myself for a moment, because I just dropped season 3. I was gonna go back on, but like I said, this person was like, we're past that. You've got to go take it to the next level. And I need you here with me, because you weren't all last year because you were filming. And so we had to do that back and forth and here, there thing. So I made that decision, and it was just all about him every day, all about him, all about Katt. And there was no more Hazel E. There was no more going to the studio. There was no more doing my Instagram posts that I do, or no more.
You pausing for a commentary? You pausing for commentary?
I forgot I had put myself on mute. But see, but that right there is the thing, Spade. When you're dealing with a guy and you're getting with him, and you know you're attracted to him for the money, there are going to be some things that you're going to have to put on hold for that man, because he's not going to respect the fact that you have a job, respect the fact that you have to go to school, or respect the fact that you have other aspirations and personal goals that you want to do. Like she said, she had to put all of her stuff on hold and make everything about Katt. So you know that's that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, like she just said previously, Katt Williams was not putting anybody on, and Hazel, in addition to getting kind of like paid and resources to be there, she was under the guise that he was going to put her on and help her with her career. So when Katt Williams allegedly assaulted his former bodyguard, the bodyguard snitched to the police, and the police, based off of the bodyguard was telling them, did a search warrant for the police raid for the alleged firearms and street prescription stuff that was in his possession. So when she got swept up in the raid, the reason why she didn't want to, let's just take a hit for him, is because she wasn't really feeling him. See, if she liked him, in addition to being toxic and fun, if she liked him, she would have not bailed on him after they got arrested. She also would have made her purpose his purpose while he makes his purpose himself. But she was not there to be his woman. She was just there to reap the benefits of a transactional relationship. And when she saw that he wasn't bringing her on stage, he wasn't putting her on, he wasn't giving her any opportunity, it was clear that he basically just wanted to keep her under his thumb like he does the current comics that are on tours with him.
Exactly. But I do want to go a little bit more into this whole hypergamy thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man that out earns you, makes more than you, but too many times I see a lot of women do this. The woman, the sprinkle woman, I know you guys know who I'm talking about. She tells women all the time, oh, don't worry about whether or not you like him or you're attracted to him. Marry the short, ugly guy. This is the advice that she gives to women. As long as he's rich, marry the short, ugly guy. And then what ends up happening is, okay, he's rich, he's got all this money, right? But what good is having all this money, but you can't do what you want? You got things you want to do, but you got to spend so much time with the short, ugly guy in order to, just be able to survive. And he's controlling every bit of your time and everything that you do. Is that really a fair trade-off? I don't think it is. And so this is the reason why you get a lot of women that later on down the line, like this one lady I had on my last live stream, she was on Kendra G. And she clearly got with her husband because she was in a financial bind. And he helped her out. And as soon as she got out of her bind, she was bored in that marriage because the only thing she was there for was the money. Now she wants to have fun. And she's talking about how boring her husband is. And she divorced him. And now she's on Kendra G looking for excitement. So, this whole high value, low quality, high value, but low payout, none of it is worth it. At the end of the day, it's just not worth it. And I think that's what she began to realize. But let me go ahead and continue.
Yeah, I hosted a hip hop weekly lounge with Benzino for the TV One premiere. They wanted to hire me on to do a bunch more red carpets, so everything just had to stop. And so right now at this moment, I'm focused on healing from that and trying to figure out what that was, because it's still very tricky and it's still every day, because every day stuff is still happening. So I'm still trying to digest that and still trying to say what is going to make me happy to go for it. I have a company called The Girl Code Inc., which is my baby, which I've had since my Girl Code mixtape, which was my third mixtape. And I really want to focus my energies on that. Like, I have an army of women across this nation. Like, we were booking Katt's Glam every night for the tour. The Girl Code Inc. was. So every city, Alabama, Houston, North Carolina, Philly, Baltimore, wherever we were, I had glam ready for him to make sure that hair was swinging when he was on stage. Like, I have an army of women and I'm trying to hone that. And whether it's glam, whether it's styling, whether it's music writing, producing, I just have an army of people that mess with me. And I want to really hone in on that so I could really be the plug. Even he realized I was the plug at certain points. I made those Kevin Hart videos and I made those World Star videos after the fight. I was the one doing that. So he was calling it, he was like, it ain't the girl code, it's the world code. You got it going overload, baby, because I did. And he knew what was up with me too. So since that's what I'm great at, I need to hone in on it. He's going through something and it's not really my place to say what he's going through or what he's not going through, because only he knows. But whatever it is, because I do have a genuine love for him, like a real, that's my man. Like, I'm in love with him. Like, I've really felt that way. I just want him to get better and get it together, whatever it is. If it's even needing to sit down, take a break, step back and just gather yourself, which I know he's expressed that he's wanted to do several times, but the powers that be won't even give him that moment to like fall back from it all. Whatever it is to keep him together, I honestly want him to do it. And I would hope that he and anybody else would wish the same for me.
Do you think it would be like rehab or something like that?
Yeah, I can't. We gonna wrap it up now because I know I'm the person that was closest to him, but I'm not gonna do the boy like that. You know, because we have to acknowledge that it exists. I can't front and act like the world is not paying attention to that or that it's not a topic of discussion, especially when it makes top headlines every day. So I will acknowledge it because it has to be acknowledged, but will I snitch or take it too far out of the respect of him? No, never. And I know that he would do the same to me. Whatever he said about the bench player, like, get that off. You know what I'm saying? You got that off. And then you got in a fight the night. Like, stop it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. He didn't take it too far. So I would not take it too far just because there is a real genuine love there between us. It's just not a good time.
So what do you think that she's talking about when she's saying that she's not going to deny that that's not there, but she's not going to snitch on him? What do you think she's talking about?
Well, see, Katt Williams, when he was arrested, there was enough street pharmacy stuff that would be considered distribution. So what he did was, allegedly, he said, this is all for me. I'm using all of it. I'm on this stuff. Because if you are arrested for, let's just say, possession, it's a lesser charge than distribution. And so that's what his alleged defense was, to stay out of jail. So what she's doing is she's not trying to snitch or really talk about it or speak on it because she don't want to mess up what his case was at the time.
Okay, and that's honorable of her to do it that way. But for him to sit up there and say that he's on these drugs and he's doing these drugs so that he can get off this case, but then he's angry at Kevin Hart and other people for saying that, hey man, you're on drugs. That seems wild to me now.
Yeah.
Because you yourself sat up here and said that you were on this stuff when your ass was in the crack and you thought you were going to jail. So now you put out there that you're on drugs. And now when people are saying that, hey, you're not showing up, for your sets and you're doing things to sabotage yourself, and you're the reason why you're not at the level of comedian that you could have been because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gets over here as Shannon and denies everything. Liar. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's the thing about the whole street life and trying to be hood and gangster, whatever, and we're all adults. You're going to eventually be put in a position where you got to take an L like that to stay out of jail, so you can appear to still be real and down, and have all these firearms and street pharmacy stuff. And to me, that's what a lot of people like Kevin Hart have said, is that Katt Williams doesn't want to ascend to a higher level. So like with Hazel E, she had the girl code that she spoke of is actually a company that she created. She has a book on Amazon. She also has music on Apple Music under the girl code. And then she also has the Instagram. See, Katt Williams, he wanted to keep her at entry level because the level up has levels, and Katt wanted her to stay entry level. He wanted to keep her under his thumb. But because Katt would
doing all this work for free.
Well, right. She was doing the work for free, hooking him up, thinking that he would turn around and hook her up, which is the payout. See, Katt Williams is low payout. No, he's high payout, but he's low promise. He don't want you to get above him, and he himself doesn't want to ascend either. He wants to almost stay street level, even though he's selling out all these stadiums. So Katt Williams is high value, low quality, low promise, high payout. And when she started to, after this interview a little bit later, started to see that Katt Williams was not trying to put her on. He wasn't trying to elevate himself. He wasn't trying to build an actual empire. He just wanted to talk about it, but wanted to still be connected to the streets in a negative way. That's the reason why she bailed on him and jumped ship.
And you know what? And that is what Kevin Hart. That's what Kevin Hart was trying to explain that time when he was on the Breakfast Club. And Katt Williams was angry at that interview as well. And I'm going to go ahead and share a bit of that Breakfast Club interview with you guys so that you can get more context. Because once again, Katt Williams sat over there on Shannon's couch and he acted as if people were lying on him, saying, oh, they saying I'm on drugs. Nigga, you said you was on drugs to get off of a drug charge. So if you're saying that you're on drugs and you're using all this stuff to get out of a drug charge, then why would you turn around and be angry because people think that you're on drugs? And
allegedly.
Allegedly, you know. And then not only that, but you're acting as if you're on drugs because you're not showing up for work and you're not fulfilling your promises and you're becoming a liability to the studios. But here we are. This is the Breakfast Club interview that Tiffany and Kevin Hart appeared on, and I want to play a little bit of that for you guys.
You're watching the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building.
Yes, yeah.
And Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart
in the building.
Hey, why you screaming, man?
I don't know.
Relax.
That was very.
I'm happy to see them too, but damn, bro.
Energetic. I like it.
Kevin here complaining about chairs that he bought, saying that the chairs won't go up no higher.
I'm not complaining about the chairs that I bought. I just don't understand when you guys know I'm coming. You should have my setting ready. You know what?
You bought those chairs.
It's not about.
I love how you protecting, Tiff in this situation, but how do you protect, other artists, including her, just in the business period?
I protect
so they don't
them,
make the same mistakes you made coming up.
I protect them by giving them the opportunity. I protect them by being an open book and an example. I don't sit in front of you as a perfect man. I don't portray myself to be a perfect man. Flawed and all, I stand on the platform that I stand on. You get to see the hard work and effort that was put into my craft. And in return, I take it and I say, hey, man, I can't wait to see the next version of what I am, if not bigger. I can't wait to see the next version of the next generation that surpasses all this amazing shit that I'm doing. And that creates other opportunities for others. I got to see a blueprint that so many did before me. And I took what I saw and I said, how can I be different? What impact can I have? So when you say, how do I change or how do I have an effect on them? My effect is by saying, hey, man, take this. Use this for whatever you feel you can. And when you get the opportunity that you feel you're going to get from this, don't fuck it up. Be better than me. You got to see what I did. You saw a blueprint live in person. Be better than me. That's what I feel that the people in our craft of comedy, which is one of the hardest goddamn professions to make it in, because you're being judged on a joke-to-joke basis. So when you're a person that sits in this chair, that's in this field, come on, man, you got no choice but to support the ones that made it out that gauntlet. That's a gauntlet. To get through the gauntlet, how y'all feel, man? Everybody all right? Fuck you! All right, come on now.
Started, brother. That's interesting you said that. Even when people hating, when they can name 5 or 6 black comedians, that's big. Right. Because usually it's only one.
Huge. Huge. That's why I was so taken back, like at the shot for Rel. Like Rel, I couldn't be prouder of Rel. I couldn't be more happy.
He's like the
great
nicest
guy. How you hate on
He's a
Rel?
fucking great guy, man. That man don't bother nobody.
Yeah.
Of comedy. I love the art and craft of comedy. I love watching the ones that did it before me, and I love watching the ones that are coming up after me. If you take nothing else from this interview, nothing. If you take nothing else, fucking take the fact that I want to see other people win and I'm not selfish with my position. I wasn't blessed and given this opportunity to shit on others. That's not how I look at it. And if I'm wrong, like I said, please tell me and tell me how I should handle it. Tell me how I should be handling my level of success, and then I'll correct it. So for all of our black people out there that want to see more people of color in a position where they're winning, ask yourself if you're a part of the solution or the problem. It's that simple. It's that simple. You don't want to go too dark. You don't want to go too dark and be out there looking like you can't here for drama, brother.
Okay.
It's not about the apology. It's not about like me and Katt don't ever have to talk or we can't talk. It doesn't.
Okay, here it is. I think he's gonna go over the Katt Williams thing.
You know, from that other side. You know, I'm about to be 40 next year, so it's coming. It's on my ass. I feel it. So you can't over die. Do it when it's necessary. Sometimes embrace the gray. Let that shit go out and just look like Morgan Freeman for a good 2 weeks. Just accept it. Accept it. And then after that, surprise and hit everybody with the young you. Yeah. Who trying to go dance?
Night School is out next week. Make sure you go check it out. Make sure you support.
So listen, if all these people apologize, it'll be all good, right?
Listen, I'm not here for drama, brother.
Okay.
It's not about the apology. It's not about like me and Katt don't ever have to talk or we can't talk. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect me anyway. I am about support. That's it. I'm about support. I'm about growth. And for me to be where I am and to say the things that I can say, it's because I have the knowledge and I know. So if we're really trying to see change, then let's support those that are embracing and marching towards making that happen. That's it. That's it. It's not about the apology. It's about change. I'm going to support that man. I'm going to be a fan forever. Whether I like him or whether we don't like each other, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his talent. It has nothing to do with that. I want to make that very clear. This has nothing to do with that. This is not a beef. This is correcting what you said that you know you shouldn't have said. This is about you embracing your fails, your fuck-ups, and you acknowledging what you did and stop pointing the finger at everybody else. Eventually, you got to point it back to you. Eventually, you got to do this.
What's wrong with you, man?
Call 105 right now, 800-585-1051. You get a 4-pack of tickets to see a screening of Night School hosted by Charlamagne.
Yes.
And Charlamagne said he's buying 1 box
of
Okay,
popcorn.
I
I got rich
somewhere.
people. You know what I'm saying? Kev, you just got $40 million from a Netflix special.
Well, that's
Listen, it's September 25th. It's only 300 people. You
I'll
know
buy
what?
the popcorn.
You buy the popcorn too?
I'll buy the popcorn.
Tiff got it.
He said,
woo. Tiff got it.
I got it. If she got the popcorn, you got the soda.
Yes, that can work.
Not one soda for everybody.
I was going to buy one for the theater. You said for the theater.
No, not one for the theater.
Years that deserve a chance to shine.
Hold on, so you mean to tell me you got put in a position of power, and now you putting other people on?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh.
That's what my big brother taught me.
Wow.
It gets
Interesting
transferred
concept.
down, man. Give me a second. I want to run down stuff I got going on. You guys got a second? Just before we get out of here, we got a second? Okay, I just need a good 67 seconds. I timed it out earlier. Okay, first and foremost, Night School. That's the priority, guys. Please go out, support this movie, September 28th.
Yep.
Like I said, it's a big meaning behind it. First movie underneath the production company of mine, Heartbeat Production. So I need your support. Other than that, got a drama coming out. It's called The Upside. Me, Bryan Cranston, Nicole Kidman. That's dropping January 11th. When you say it like that, yes, that's exactly what it is. And more importantly, man, Laugh Out Loud Network. Go see it. Download the app.
I missed it somewhere.
Of Night School, hosted by Charlamagne.
Years that deserve a chance to shine.
Hold on, so you mean to tell me you got $40 million from a Netflix special?
Listen,
it's September 25th. It's only.
I'm a fan of the craft. I'm a fan.
That's interesting you said that. Even when people hating, when they can name 5 or 6 black comedians, that's big.
Bringing. I mean, I grew up in foster care. One minute I'm in the most wonderful home. Next thing I'm snatched out to the next thing, thinking nobody there cared about me. So I've been trained and built for this. My mama used to talk mess about me, and then next second love and kiss on me. So to me, I was made for this. I'm built for it. So y'all can talk all the shit y'all want to talk. I'm still gonna be smiling at you because I know in a minute you're gonna be like, dang, I love what you said right there. That made me feel good. So I'm gonna keep it pushing.
I love how you protecting Tiff in this situation, but how do you protect other artists, including her, just in the business?
Come in. As a guy that's seen it from all sides.
And we seen it happen to you too.
I've seen the love. I've seen the hate. I've seen it. This is where it's my job to educate and make her understand. This is the movie. This is the most watched movie ever. The most watched movie in the world is the rise of a star, the fall of a star, and the fight back of a rise.
Right.
That's the most watched movie in the world. You can go through a list of stars that you've seen done it. And it's just how people, it's just what we're trained to do.
Yeah.
Because you live in a world where some people love negativity.
Yeah.
Some people love it. Negativity drives the world that you guys are in. Negativity drives the world of blogs. It drives the world of news. People love to see it. It's something that we embrace. So until you realize and understand negativity can't penetrate my armor unless I allow it to, then you're you're not going to be okay. You have to have that realization. So in entertainment, if she doesn't have the knowledge and the thick skin that she now has because of the fucking conversations out and beating her head, don't you read it?
First, and
No,
then you
the
brought it
script
to.
was developed by me
Oh,
and my
it's
team.
developed by you and
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Oh, you
Okay.
wrote it.
Yes,
Yeah.
ground up. Harry
Nobody-
Ratchford, shout out Harry Ratchford, Joey Wells, Matt Kellard, Glenda Richardson, John Hamburg, Nicholas Stoller, all amazingly talented.
But I thought you've been doing that with your stand-up though. You
Yes,
you
I
own all your
have.
stand-ups, right?
Yes, I own
Really?
all
For
of
real?
it. A stand-up comedy concert grows $50 million, and that showed how fucking serious it is. You know me. Like, we really are friends. I get it from everybody else. I don't give a shit. But you different. You know me. That's where me and Mike shit came in, but me and Mike are fine. I'm saying negativity. I'm saying shit talk. I'm saying the constant downing of people that sit in the position of success that have worked hard for it comes from people that have yet to realize their fuck up. This is simply me calling you out on your fuck ups. Stop pointing at other people. Stop pointing at Hollywood for your fuck up. Shit is changing. I sit as the biggest fucking comedy star in the world right now on an international level.
Hey.
Box office, and if you got any financial growth, any financial success, put your money where your mouth is and you change it. So if you got a team of people, which he does, which are very funny. Once again, shout out to Red Grant, Melanie Camacho, Lunel. I'm going to ignore it. I'm only doing this because of what was said about innocent people that are working hard on their
And
craft.
Tiffany does have an hour stand-up special
She's
on
got
Showtime
two.
from the.
What are you doing? So where did you do the new stuff? When did you ever work on something? Consecutive means in a row. Where? There's a four. Anything negative about a woman of color that's getting her shot. Say it to me. In the movie, written or not written, a character has to pop it.
And he even acknowledged the years that you've put in before that. Now I want to ask
That's
you,
what's so
Tiffany, 'cause
contradictory
you were
about it.
very classy in your response on social media. Because the first thing I thought was, that's effed up. What's Tiffany going to say? Because that has to be hurtful when somebody says something like that. Especially, I'm sure you were a fan of his, at some point.
I still am a fan of his. I think he's hilarious.
So what did you think when you heard that before you responded?
Well, I was like, dang, what'd I do to him? Did I fuck his man? And then I was like,
You're stupid.
Okay, I think this is it right here, y'all.
Ability for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and he's up, you're going to get into it. Let me tell you my frustration.
Can I ask you a question first?
No,
Let's get into
Okay,
it,
go,
Charlamagne.
go,
We
go,
don't
go,
need
Kev,
to-
go.
Here's my
Kev's mind.
frustration.
Here
Okay,
it
I'm gonna
is.
tell you what's been on my mind, what's been on my heart heavy.
I was just trying to sell the movie first.
I want to
but
talk
go
about the movies are sold.
Okay.
The movie's going to be sold. Okay, Night School, September 28th. God damn it, go
check
see
it
the
out,
film.
check it out.
All right, now I want to get to what's really bothering me.
Okay.
I want to ask Black people what we want. What do we want? We complain that people of color weren't getting opportunities in Hollywood. We were getting ignored for the Oscars, for the Emmys. It was a big thing. After that big thing, people of color got recognized for their hard work, for their efforts, and run awards. People of color also won Emmys. People of color are now being given opportunities to star, to lead in various projects.
Well, just the ugly people,
Okay.
according to some.
Just according to some.
Okay.
I ain't
When
ugly.
the people of color, when the people of color get these opportunities, why are the people of color the ones that are tearing the people that are getting the opportunities down? My frustration comes from you don't realize when I preach about the crabs in the barrel mentality that eventually we have to take responsibility for our actions. So if I'm looking at people that share my craft, I'm going to bring up the people that Katt Williams named. Little Rel, Gerard Carmichael, Hannibal Buress, myself, Tiffany Haddish.
Correct.
Little Rel is seeing so much success after doing his special Relevant. He went on to do Get Out. He now has a show that he's producing and starring in on Fox. Gerard Carmichael had his own show that he starred, wrote, produced. Gerard Carmichael was on to his second special. Hannibal Buress saw success within comedy specials and is now doing various movies where he's getting the opportunity to have features and to have a presence. Me, Kevin Hart, the guy that sits on top right now, have taken advantage of all the money that I have. I've shot over 56 specials for the up-and-coming generation of comedy. Why? Because I'm trying to create opportunities for others. So rather than complaining about it, I'm fixing it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I also take full responsibility for any and everything that I
Okay, so Kevin Hart said he did 56 specials. According to Katt Williams, it seems to me like Kevin Hart doing bad. He ain't selling out no venues. Spade, are you listening to this?
I am. The main takeaway is that it's an echo. Okay, I think it stopped. The main thing about this, and I agree with Kevin Hart, is that Kevin Hart is giving the stamp of approval, like he had Tiffany Haddish next to him, and he's bringing the people along. With Katt Williams, when you see him do an interview, he's by himself. And I don't think it should be a tit for tat. I've done this. What have you done? And trying to thumb noses down on people. It should be people basically putting people on. Because the more people you put on, when you lose your relevancy, this is somebody who put you on. Somebody who you put on can help you out later on down the line. And Katt Williams, I have never seen or heard of him give anyone a stamp of approval or bring them along and really help out someone's career. So let's say Katt Williams has done all those specials, making all this money. What good is that if, even though you're high value, you're low quality and you're low promise? You're not really promising to help other people.
But he did, help a few comedians out with some money.
Well, the thing is like, okay, with like you and I talk on the phone, giving someone a fish teaches that, feeds them for a day, but teaching them to fish and giving them fishing opportunities, they can feed themselves. Anytime that you give someone the power to feed you, you also give them the power to starve you. So Katt Williams throwing his money around, it's almost like it's bait. Like, hey, come rock with me. And then when you rocking with him, you going on these tours, he's telling you, don't do that joke. Don't do this set. Don't do that setup. And it's to stifle you, to keep you under him, because he needs people to warm up the crowd. And if he has people that he's bringing along with him, that he's conditioning with giving them scraps from the table versus giving them a whole plate or letting them feed themselves, then he can prevent not just that comic from coming up, but other comics from being able to open up for him and surpass him.
Kind of like how nobody really got famous on a dick.
Right.
Okay. Well, let me continue. Let me play a little
done in the fucking business, good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what?
And see, this is the part that Katt Williams was angry about. He said that it was Kevin Hart that spread these rumors that he was on drugs.
No. You know what? If you think about it, Kevin Hart says you chose drugs, not you were on drugs. So I think that wording, and I'm sorry, I meant to cut you off. I think that wording, it is exactly what happened, in that Katt Williams had all that drugs enough to where it could be a distribution charge. He said allegedly, this is all for me. This is for consumption. Either way, he's choosing drugs as opposed to getting therapy, as opposed to being prescribed prescription stuff. He's using the street green, if you will, to cope for some type of unresolved issues, as opposed to actually getting help. And to me, that makes somebody risky when they're codependent on something, as opposed to actually dealing with their problems, getting the therapy, getting a path to being a whole person and being a better individual all the way around.
So now, if Katt Williams himself copped a plea so that he can get out of trouble for a drug charge, saying that he's on these drugs, can he then turn around and say that people are defaming his name by saying that he chose drugs?
Nah, but I mean, what Katt Williams' argument is, and it's kind of like the thing you sent me, I think it was last night, where the guy was saying that the wordplay is the devil in the details. So Katt Williams is upset that people are saying that he was on drugs, Whereas people are saying, no, you chose drugs. So Katt Williams is not really denying what people are saying. He's just attacking it from a different angle to kind of have like a deception, if you will, or a half truth. So Katt Williams chose drugs. That's why he was arrested. It was enough for a search warrant and for him to be arrested and to be charged. It's just that with Katt Williams saying, no, I wasn't on drugs, you lying on me. What Katt Williams is doing is he's telling a half truth, and he's withholding the whole truth, and he's painting a narrative to make it seem like they crazy, whereas they're like, no, you crazy.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and let Mr. Kevin Hart finish it out. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I think some kind of way I snapped off it.
You were the guy. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh,
okay. He chose drugs
for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lunel. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I've brought my guys and girls up. The brand.
Right. So, this is a good point that Kevin is making right now, because Lunel and all the rest of those women that Katt Williams talked about on the couch with Shannon, those women were under Katt Williams' umbrella. So why didn't Katt Williams use his platform to bring those women up? Tiffany Haddish is under Kevin's umbrella, and Kevin used his platform to bring Tiffany up. So now you're going to get angry because this is what I think it is. Katt Williams is angry at Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart makes him look bad. I just had an epiphany. That's what it is. See, all these other women that was under your umbrella, Katt Williams, they're looking at the fact that they served under you. They opened many shows for you, but they never prospered under you. And now here's brand new Katt Williams surpasses you. And then here's Tiffany Haddish under Kevin Hart's umbrella surpassing them. And they're looking at you like, nigga, how's she gonna come and surpass us? Kevin Hart makes Katt Williams look bad, and that's why he's so mad. I think we just sat here and cracked the case. I think we cracked the case. But let's let him continue to rock.
And if Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not, my presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You fuck you. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear fucking who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your shit. Don't shit on my sister Light because you're not happy with your shit. This shit is earned. It's not given. I don't give a fuck if you're a Tiffany Haddish fan or not. It's earned. Tiffany Haddish got years in the game. It's not an accident that Tiffany Haddish got an opportunity to star in a movie. It's not an accident that that character popped in the movie. Written or not written, A character has to pop it.
And he even acknowledged the years that you've put in before that. Now I want to ask
That's
you,
what's so
Tiffany, because
contradictory
you were
about it.
very classy in your response on social media. Because the first thing I thought was, that's effed up. What's Tiffany going to say? Because that has to be hurtful when somebody says something like that. Especially, I'm sure you were a fan of his, at some point.
I still am a fan of his. I think he's hilarious.
So what did you think when you heard that before you responded?
Well, I was like, dang, what'd I do to him? Did I fuck his man? And then I was like,
You're stupid. You're funny.
That's what I thought at first. That's what I always think when people say mean things. I always think that because I figured it gotta be. I must have took something from you. I must have did something to you. And then I realized I never did nothing to that man. And then when I started like really listening to it, I was like, oh, he got his facts wrong. He's obviously not paying attention to me, and somebody must have been complaining to him about me or whatever. And maybe he felt some type of way. I don't know. I just feel like, well, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. I'm not mad.
Right.
I'm not upset.
But did he apologize? Because we seen a picture that.
Yeah, what's the first thing he said to you?
He apologized. He said, listen, let me explain what's going on. And then he explained himself. And then I was just like, well,
what did he explain?
Yeah, what kind of explanation
he just
can
said,
you
I hate
give?
it?
Huh?
He just said, I hate it?
No, he didn't say
Did
that.
he say he was high?
I want to step in because I'm going to let my sister keep it classy.
Yeah.
Somebody kicked my sister ball over the fence. I want it back. It doesn't matter what he said. It doesn't matter what the apology was.
So you didn't like the apology?
It's not about the apology. And I want to get this very clear. I want to make it very clear. Katt Williams is an amazing, talented comedian, which is why I'm so frustrated. I sit from afar and I admire the man's talent. I don't like that you said anything negative about a woman of color that's getting her shot. Say it to me. Say it to me. I'll take it all. Hate me.
You do seem to be more offended about this than I've ever seen.
I have sat back. I have forever been the humble guy. I have time to not be humble today. I have time to fact check everything he said because the world of Katt Williams is a fictional world.
Is he selling that many tickets?
Let's run this now.
So he said the world of Katt Williams is a fictional world.
Hey, the stream is got suspended for fair use. Yeah, it's a stream unavailable, suspended for policy violation. Yeah, with the Breakfast Club, you can't really play them.
All right.
So it's better to it's better to talk about it than to actually show it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Let me end the stream and come back.
Okay.